Ladies and gentlemen, I want to read you a Politico article. Really weak option. Wall Street sours on DeSantis as Trump challenger. Okay, so there's really no challenger to Donald Trump. I have no clue why William Barr, his former attorney general, said, well, if you like his policies, he's the last person who can implement them. Somebody should tell former attorney general Bill Barr he's already implemented his policies or tried to implement them. The only reason that some of the policies, the wall, for example, were not implemented is because of Democratic opposition and opposition within the Republican Party. So find me a president who didn't have an administration doing exactly what the president wanted. You think there are never Bidens? You think there are people within the intel agencies accusing Biden of being an operative of another country? William Barr already knows this. He already knows that Trump was set up and framed, and he stated that. And yet he still turns against Trump and wants, I don't even know what he wants, a traditional Republican? What does that mean? A Republican who doesn't implement the policies like, for example, or achieve the accomplishments of record low poverty under Trump, first president to step foot in North Korea, bringing home Americans from never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts. I don't, like, we already had somebody who defeated Clinton, okay? So when they say that Trump was a loser, well, he already defeated Clinton. He was already president. And you have people like Chris Christie saying, oh, he can't win. He's terrible for the Republican Party. What do I care about the Republican Party? I'm conservative on a lot of things now. Most things. I'm concerned. I'm still have certain viewpoints on issues like immigration. Like, I want dreamers to become citizens, for example. But I wouldn't mind a wall if it saved lives, which it almost certainly would. So I'm not 100% like on certain issues. I'm 100% a lot more conservative. I want, like the Second Amendment, very conservative. But I want Americans home from never-ending military conflict. Trump gave us that, or at least he tried to do that, and he was successful in 2 theaters of military conflict, where he brought Americans home, or set the groundwork to bring Americans home, and he was stymied. He might have been stymied by officials within his own administration. So DeSantis, the best thing about DeSantis is that he is like Trump. But if I already have the original, why do I need DeSantis? He's very good. He's going through, his challenges in Florida. He's a good governor for Florida. That's why people in California and New York are moving to Florida. Nobody in a red state is moving to LA or Chicago or New York. Okay, red state, people in red states, they stay there. They don't move to blue states, generally, unless it's for work. Okay, but for life, people are moving because they want to pay less taxes. They don't want to see like the terrible things that you see in a big city all the time, crime. So here, really weak option. Wall Street sours on DeSantis as Trump challenger. Ron DeSantis' gubernatorial campaign is still loaded with cash, giving him big advantages, but many now say he no longer seems so formidable, at least on Wall Street. Wall Street has abandoned DeSantis. DeSantis will win if he just stays where he is as governor. He'll win in 28. Okay? And Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene Trump defeats Biden in RCP polls right now. With Marjorie Taylor Greene, he only loses by 4 points. That's with the media is obsessed with just spewing venom and vitriol against Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump. Imagine they're only losing by 4 points. This was according to Politico. I believe I read it was either Wall Street Journal or Politico article. My point is, if he just picks a better candidate than Marjorie Taylor Greene, Trump is defeating Biden and Harris. So in 24, he can easily defeat the incumbents. If he picks a better VP, he could pick DeSantis. I think he should pick Tucker Carlson, to tell you the truth. I think that would be hilarious. Or RFK Jr. If RFK Jr., that would be amazing. But see, again, you need, and I say that because of foreign policy, the same foreign policy, and they have the same views on a lot of things, although they differ on certain issues you might not think they would differ on. But anyway, the point is, you need a team. Well, DeSantis and Trump, you just need somebody, you need a ticket that would be okay with Georgia and Arizona Republican parties. The Georgia and Arizona Republican parties will decide the fate of this country. If Arizona Republicans and Georgia Republicans fully back Donald Trump in 24, there's no stopping him. If they do to Trump what they did to Herschel Walker and barely back him at all, then we'll have another 4 years of Biden. And I don't The Atlantic is a very interesting magazine, okay? You read The Atlantic, and there's really no mention of bank runs or an impending, or the 90 seconds to midnight according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. It's just thank God, oh, Trump, we averted this menace. We circumvented Trump, this menace, and now we have a great world with Biden. And he had his lowest poll numbers ever. This is with, by the way, he's like late high 30s, early 40s. I think it's like 39% approval or something like that. And that's with all of media propping him up and covering up the Hunter issues with felonies in the laptop. Think about that for a second. Trump has higher favorability ratings than Biden in some polls, and he has all of media against him. Trump is running a 40-yard dash with a 100-pound backpack. Biden is literally like hopping onto a golf cart and going full speed. And Trump is still defeating him in a 40-yard dash. So Democrats don't exist as a political party without overwhelming media support. Okay, that's why Jimmy Kimmel and that's why every Twitter before Elon Musk, Democratic Party ideology or policies in this day and age, maybe 20 years ago was different, okay? Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld, there was the most corruption in the Republican Party 20 years ago. But nowadays, the corruption is so rampant. I mean, they cheated Bernie Sanders. They then blamed another country, then accused Trump of things he never did, and they're still doing so. They're still obsessing with Trump. And then they covered up potential litany of crimes with Hunter, and he'll be indicted within the next week or so, or 2 weeks, according to James Comer and others. But if without overwhelming media coverage against Trump, he runs away with it. So that's all you need to know. You don't need DeSantis now. DeSantis is a good governor. The reason people like him is because he's like Trump. So you don't need a copy of somebody if you have the original there. Hit subscribe to this channel. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing on The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. My Patreon link is below to my new Patreons. Thank you. And the super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. But ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to, Ron DeSantis, every single day, there was an NBC article saying he's losing steam. Now there's a Politico article saying Wall Street has soured on him. Everybody knows in media, everyone knows in political media that Trump is going to be the nominee in the Republican Party. There's no reason to even bring up DeSantis. The never-Trumpers in the Republican Party have absolutely zero possibility of defeating a Democrat. They're done in terms of influence. They're only there to either shower in the praise of media when they disparage Trump. Really, they're professional losers because they're just consistently undermining a Republican, Trump's chances of winning. So you can continue to lose. You're still not going to get Paul Ryan as president in 28. So if you want 4 more years of Biden, then the never Trumpers they'll get that. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now.